I'm Sam Edwards. I'm third generation cure master from S. Wallace Edwards and Sons in Surrey, Virginia. We support the Heritage Radio Network because we believe in the cause and what they're doing. They're supporting family-raised livestock, small family farms, certified humane, pasture-raised, antibiotic-free. Basically, we take the products from Heritage Food USA and make them into Serrano-style hams, prosciutto-style hams, bacon, sausage, like my grandfather did. You can find us at surreyfarms.com or virginiatraditions.com.
We talk about food, we talk about music with musical dudes. Finger on the pulse, snacky tunes.
Second episode of Snacky Tunes 2011, opening with the Blondes track, who just so happened to be sitting here. What a coincidence. Zach from Blondes is here. Yep. Finally.
Finally.
2010, he's like, you know what? I don't like that year. I want to hold off to 2011. And I'm kind of glad because we'll be interviewing him more, but there's a lot to talk about and really good stuff.
Yeah.
2010 was already kind of dead, so 2011 it's like the landscape is stretched in front of us, and it's filled with disco beats.
Oh yeah.
And bus tours. But we'll get to that. You're listening to Snacky Tunes. I'm one half your host, DJ Never Forget. I'm unfortunately staring at Terry Diabolic. He does not look well. He was in LA this weekend, dinner with the band.
Whoop, whoop.
We won Breakout Foodies of the Year for the Tasty Awards.
Unexpected.
Yeah, we didn't even know we were nominated.
I was just out there I thought we were getting an honorary award, and they announced the
What was your speech like?
It was, it was like, I couldn't, I was the only one who could get up from New York because of the snow. Thank you, everybody. And some reference to the bar being open because there was no drinks. There was like a whole red carpet event, but no drinks. And you're in a room full of entertainment people, dry as a bone. I snuck over to the bar next door to get a martini.
Your acceptance speech included like drinking tips.
Yeah, it was like thank you to everybody.
just making sure.
It was like thank you to everybody. I'll be the guy with whiskey outside, and then they were like, there's no whiskey, only vodka, and then I was like, fine, the bar's open.
Okay. Really?
And that was the biggest cheer.
Just want to say that you might never ever get an acceptance speech ever again, and you feel good about that.
I feel
representing everybody.
Seeing how I had no idea, like, because I was going up there because I thought we just got an honorary award, and I was going up there just to be like, hey, what's up, hey everybody, and then I actually won. Everything sort of flipped. I don't know. Anyway, so enough about me. But thank you to everybody. It was great. I had a good time in LA.
Yeah.
Ate an animal. Lived up to the hype. Totally worth it.
Amazing. So in studio today, for the first part, we have the dudes from Mexicue. I can say that, right?
Yeah,
you're a couple of dudes.
From Mexicue.
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Thomas Kelly, and I kind of handle marketing and the culinary aspect of Mexicue.
My name's Dave Schlase, and I handle a lot of the business aspect of Mexicue and our growth.
So, for those who don't know what Mexicue is, what is it?
Mexicue is the culinary concept is a fusion of Southern American barbecue and Mexican cuisine. And right now, Mexicue is physical form as a food truck. And so we circulate around Manhattan and Brooklyn.
And we're quickly expanding. We now do delivery in the Williamsburg area, and we also have a catering division in which we do live events.
Can you explain delivery from a food truck? I don't think I've ever heard that before.
It's actually our commercial kitchen. So we have a kitchen that services.
You don't like pick up the truck and drive it right
over. We played around with the idea, but it does not work.
Let me get 3 tacos and the truck pulls up. It's no go.
No go.
Once you get really cooking in a food truck, it's stationary. You can't really move, right?
No,
that's right.
Yeah.
I've always been wondering because all the food truck Twitters that I follow, they're like, so we're here today and so and blah blah blah. How do you guys pick your route?
It took a good 3 or 4 months of figuring out.
Trial and error.
You're dealing with the other vendors that are on the sidewalk that do not like us there. The guys serving falafel and whatnot.
Any fights? Yeah, fights or war stories.
It's been
Give us one.
It's been close.
One. You don't have to name the food vendor.
All right. On a certain street and Park Avenue in Midtown, I was pulling my car in to reserve the space for the truck, and all of a sudden 3 guys from a certain other stand that are nearby surrounded my car with their respective trucks, and would not let me park my Jeep, and we just stood there on the middle of like 52nd and Park for the next 20 minutes with my car surrounded by a bunch of guys telling me that we can't park there anymore. So it was.
Were you nervous?
It was our first 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, what should I do here, man? I'm not quite sure what our next move is.
I'd be nervous too.
What's the legal rule of that? Like, I mean, is it like a dibs type of thing, or is it mutual respect, or is it cutthroat? What's the policy?
It's a mutual respect thing,
yeah,
I think.
Definitely. In terms of parking, we're only allowed to park in commercial spaces, so that's dealing with the police department. But in terms of other vendors, it's definitely a respect deal.
Okay.
Now, we found out about you. I had heard about you, but the first time we got to sample was at Electric Zoo, which is the big electronic music festival over the summer. And it was sort of great to see a food truck, sort of an up-and-coming food truck with great food at a festival. How do you feel that trucks have played a part in music festivals this past year?
I mean, I think people are starting to realize that there's really, really quality food that's coming out of these food trucks. And I mean, I've been to a lot of music festivals in my life, and the food is usually not that great.
No.
So, I mean, I think it's just like a natural fit. So hopefully we'll see more and more of it.
And you guys were also at the Big Top Circus?
Yeah, the rock and roll circus.
The rock and roll circus.
Yeah.
I think you guys were the best thing about the circus.
that's what we heard.
Yeah. So what has the response been to your food? Because it's, I know that Korean barbecue was all the rage, but this is even though people go, oh, this is fusion barbecue, it's a totally different type of approach.
Yeah. I mean, we were nervous about that. We're like, is New York going to accept our concept? And I was just talking to Tom about this the other day. The first day that we pulled up on 52nd and Park, we had a line about 2.5 blocks long. So we were kind of immediately accepted, and then I think the quality of the food really keeps customers coming back.
If for people who haven't had it, if I was to step up and order something, what would I be getting?
The core of the menu is 3 tacos and 3 sliders. So a couple examples of things are like a oak smoked short rib taco with a salsa verde, salsa fresca, and aged white cheddar. We've got a slider that has like a 16-hour smoked brisket with a spicy aioli slaw, so that's I guess a couple examples of things.
Awesome. And what's great is that neither one of you are from the South or close to the border.
Not at all.
We have Minneapolis and New Jersey in the mix.
Exactly.
Where did you find your I mean, I have a love for both of these. I think any, blood pumping sort of guy has a affinity for these flavors. Maybe not so much the meat, but definitely like this whole Mexican barbecue scene. Where did you guys come up with your love for this food?
It's just something that I've been cooking in my kitchen as mostly a home cook for a long time. And never really having seen it in any kind of like restaurant concept at all. We thought it'd be like, it's kind of ideal street food. You're allowed a little bit more flexibility and creativity with street food. So we thought the concept was kind of perfect for street food culture.
Awesome. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, play a song off the new Bag Riders album, and then we're going to come back and keep talking with Dave and Tom from Mexicue. You're listening to Snacky Tunes on Heritage Radio Network. And never forget, I think you look great today.
Well, that's because I rested up this weekend.
Wow. Yeah.
Play a song.
Okay. This is Shooting Stars by Bag Raiders. really just a barn burner.
I think it's out or almost out, but the Bag Raiders put a really nice record together.
And they redid that song.
They did redo that
It's
song.
really good. The Bag Raider is coming out on modular. It's really good. It'll be perfect for it's good for the cold weather. It's gonna be great for the spring and the summer.
Right. We were just having a discussion here. Zach was mentioning his notice of pork fat being pretty much everywhere. It's ubiquitous. And how much is pork fat, or do you have a specific type of fat that you guys like to use in your cooking?
Pork fat plays a significant part in our menu. Yeah.
You look a little embarrassed about it. Is that? I mean, is this something you're not allowed to talk about?
I'm excited. I'm not embarrassed.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys, you have pork belly on the menu and things like that. But do you use a lot of like rendered fat, like the the leaf fat from a pig?
We do a little bit. It's we also there are some people who love pork fat, some people don't. So we try not to. We try to keep the pork fat mainly in the pork items.
When you're developing new recipes, what's the process? How often are you switching dishes out? Or are there people who come every day for like the smoked chicken or the pulled pork shoulder?
There definitely, we realize that pretty much all of the, 6 or 7 core items we have on our menu, there's like a loyal cult following for each one of them. So, those things don't rotate off at all. We have specials that come on every couple weeks. And so that's when we do a little bit more experimenting, but we definitely keep those 6 core items on the menu at all times.
I mean, do you think people would maybe lose their shit a little bit if they
definitely we make slight changes to these things and people freak out.
But we also do weekly specials, so people can come in and try new items as well.
That's a compliment.
I'm not saying it's not a compliment.
No. I'm saying people losing their minds.
One of the things that some of the other food carts do, like for the cupcakes ones, it's like a new cupcake every week, but it's just, I guess it's different for you guys, or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what we, as Dave was saying, that's what we kind of use our weekly market specials for.
Right. So now that you have your route down, is it locked? And how, now that you're, how long did it take for you guys to be the new guys? You said July is like when you started this, right? So how long did it get to go from like new guys on the block, screw you guys, to like begrudgingly a part of the community, to like, hey, it's the Mexicue guys?
Rather quickly, I would say. I mean, it took a couple of months to probably about a month, I would say. A lot quicker than we had anticipated. A lot quicker. But we got accepted pretty quickly, which was good. Yeah.
And follow up. Now you see new food carts popping up. How do you welcoming?
Oh man,
old guy. I mean, how is it?
As long as they don't take our parking spaces, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's a really cool community. There's like people. Everyone's friendly. I mean, you have people as.
Is it tight?
Well, most
there's
people.
No way. Look, knowing who gets into food and the personalities, there is no way there's that many carts and it's super friendly.
I could kind of like to find like a curmudgeon food cart person bringing here. It's like, fuck everybody, fuck the new guys. We were here first. I will slash their tires.
Yeah. I mean, some of the old guys, as Dave was saying with the story earlier, they're not so friendly, but the kind of new guard of trucks are friendly for the most part.
Who do you see your partners in crime? Who do you guys like riding with? Ride or die food truck style?
Ride or fry would be a better joke.
Wow.
Do we have
across
partners?
the kitchen.
Wow.
So who are our food truck partners?
Yeah. Who do you guys like serving with?
Our friends from Kelvin Slush are actually it's a really good compliment because they just have really good slushies and things like that. So there's really no competition there. They're also really cool guys. So doing kind of events with them works out very well.
The Van Leeuwen guys.
The Van Leeuwen guys are really
they're
cool
great.
as well.
Nothing like a meal of Mexicue and Van Leeuwen to really
exactly.
put you right back on the park bench.
All really cool people.
Yeah.
We like them a lot.
I mean, but because it's obvious they're not direct competitors.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not
exactly.
It's like not like Endless Summer.
What about Endless Summer?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't think they were too happy when we parked on Bedford last week, but but we're friendly with everyone. We're friendly with them.
The Endless Summer guys, I feel they were kind of like one of the like forefront people, and I feel that they got caught in the like the crosshairs of every single type of thing that could, like, you have to move, and then someone moves in their spots, and then everyone was like,
no, their new spot's great. Anyway, enough about them. So when you guys are cooking and you're in the truck, are you blasting music? What are you listening to get prepped for the day?
The guys are really. I mean, we're not really there on a day-to-day basis anymore because there's so many other things that we're handling. So I mean, the guys in the truck are always playing music. What they're listening to, I couldn't tell you.
All right. So how about when you're in your own kitchen and you're prepping some food and you're coming up with ideas for new menus? What do you like?
I think I'm playing the most recent Walkman album quite a bit.
Good album.
And I've got a good friend who's over at Yesayer, and so I've been definitely playing a lot of Yeasayer recently.
Awesome. So really,
lots of good like mid '90s hip hop.
really getting you in the mode for that Williamsburg
Gets
transition.
his creative juices flowing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so plans for a second truck? Yes.
They're in the works. We're doing a smaller truck. It's being built out shortly, and then hopefully by April we'll be on the streets, pending everything goes smoothly.
I know I keep going back to this, but like, all right, so you add the second truck, and it's like, does the whole process start going? It's like, you guys were fine with one truck, now you got two trucks. Are you prepared to like, stake your claim, or
you know, now that we have one and we kind of know the routine, I mean, the learning curve is going to be a lot less.
Okay.
So I think we'll kind of just ease right into it.
And who wraps those trucks?
Who built? Ours is painted, not wrapped.
Oh, it's painted?
Yeah. It's painted.
Oh.
So we actually have an artist come in that paints the truck, and then there's a kind of a graphic design template that goes on that if you see the big Mexicue sticker, that's kind of laid on as like a thin sticker over top of the paint.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for
Boys from
having us.
Thanks
Mexicue.
for having us.
Can we go through the nuts and bolts of where to find you in physical and internet form?
Yes, you can check us on our website through Twitter at www.mexicueny.com. On Mondays, we're at 55th between Park and Madison. Tuesdays, 46th and 5th. Wednesdays, 18th and 5th. Thursdays down in the Financial. And Fridays, we're at 52nd and 6th. And then Saturdays in Williamsburg.
Where in Williamsburg?
Bedford and 7th right now.
I'm aware.
Oh my God.
Bedford between 7th and 8th.
Oh, you got.
It's actually where the Van Leeuwen ice cream truck parks in the summertime, but we spoke with them.
We got
They're-
competition with that cart right there.
Yeah, the
Samisa-
Morelos or
Yeah,
tacos.
there's
It's,
one
it's
on
two different
North Fourth
things.
and
It's two
Bedford.
different things.
Is it good? I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it's
pretty tasty?
I blew it off for a while, and it's.
They actually have a truck now.
They have a truck.
They have a mini truck the size
awesome.
of a cart that's parked there.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like holiday came early for them.
It is. It's funny.
All right, boys. Well, thank you so much. And you do
Thanks.
catering and events that well. So if you guys want to taste this delicious flavor and you can't make it to their location, bring them to you, right?
Exactly.
Awesome.
Delivery to Williamsburg.
Deliver to Williamsburg. I will be calling.
Not in the truck.
Not in the truck.
maybe if you offer a big enough tip, right? Maybe. Yeah. All right. So we have Zach from the Blondes coming up after this. I got a couple songs coming up for you. I am Terry Diabolic of Snacky Tunes and Finger on the Pulse.
Hey, I'm DJ Never Forget. I'm a little hungry.
I'm a little hungry.
I'm a little.
And the jokes haven't been that good.
They haven't been that good to like distract from my hunger. So.
All right. Big shout out to Roberta's and to Jack Inslee and Heritage as a family. Here we go.
Love me like you love me like you love me like you make you right. You love me like you love me like you love me like you every night. Love me like you love me like you love me like you make you right. Love me like you love me like you love me like you every night. Love me like you love me like you love me like you make you right. You love me like you love me like you love me like you every night. Love me like you love me like you love me like you make you right. Love me like you love me like you love me like you every night. You said you really love me with all your heart and soul. You said you might go crazy if I ever go. I love the things you tell me, and if they're really true, let me tell you, darling, tell you what you got to do. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. You said you really need me more than flowers need the sun. And there's nobody else, 'cause I'm the only one. You need me every morning, you need me every night. If anything goes wrong, you say I can make it right. You said you really need me more than flowers need the sun. And there's nobody else, 'cause I'm the only one. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. If you love me like you say you do, hold up your hand, baby. love me like you make you right. You love me like you love me like you love me like you every night.
Love that track. That's just a little Take My Hand, the Justin Faust deep remix by Night Riders.
It's a great
Jay
track.
Faust.
So we are back with the second half of Snacky Tunes, and in studio we have Zach from Blondes.
Hi.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
That was a good radio voice, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you give us a little? You're listening to
Hello.
Snacky Tunes.
You're listening to Snacky Tunes.
Yeah, I'll take that.
As we learned from Gina, that's called puking.
Oh, yeah. We had DJ Gina turn on. That's your puke voice.
Oh.
I don't know why that's the industry term, but it's there it is. So Blondes, you guys just kind of came out of nowhere this summer, which it probably doesn't feel like the way to you, but it feels
Right.
like that to everybody else. You're like all those hours practicing is not nowhere, but to everybody else, it was
Yeah.
nowhere, and it was great. You mean so much to me. It was like easily one of my favorite songs from last year.
Awesome. Thanks.
And it was great. And so just give our listeners like the quick 30 seconds how you guys got together, where you came from.
We met at Oberlin College, where we went to college, and we were playing in bands there. And then after school, we just decided to start a music project like the one like this. And we moved to Berlin and like started making music together for like 4 months, and then came back to New York.
Did you finish college and then move to Berlin, or did you drop out?
We finished college. We both were. I moved here, and he moved. Sam, who couldn't make it today.
Other
'cause
half
he's
of
sick.
Blondes. So today we have Blonde.
We have one of us. He moved to Oakland, and then we were like, we should, we just both wanted to move somewhere to focus on something else for a second, so we did that.
And Berlin is like, the go-to. I want to leave and make music city.
Right.
Everyone is like,
And
yeah.
it turned out to be really good for that, even though we didn't make one thing that we ever used.
Inspiration though.
It was very
I
inspirational.
mean, you gotta lay a bass.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Nothing.
We-
Not even like one riff, one note.
Nothing. We didn't have the same. We discovered how we should make music on instruments when we moved here after
Right.
Berlin.
So
So
what
we
were
were
you-
making
The
music
computer
on
mu-
like Ableton, and
Got it.
had like a microKORG,
Right,
and,
because-
and a Micron Alesis,
when
and it was really it's just not that good.
when I saw you, you could have very easily been two dudes on laptops, and everyone had been like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Right.
But you guys have such a intricate. I mean, it's a huge setup.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's kind of the only way that when we get together to make music on a laptop, it just always it's too clean always for us.
Is there
And
a-
it's not
You like some of that
tactile
dirty little mistakes at times.
enough. Yeah, you can't. It's not as like, it's not as physical.
that makes sense. What did you guys eat when you were in Berlin? What was like the go-to? Like, let's have a talk and go grab something to eat.
We ate a lot of stuff. Well, they have really good like sort of like farmers market kind of things.
Mhm.
They're like with like really good sausages, obviously. Sam was really into going to get these like in the bakeries. They would have kind of gross sort of like hot dogs in sort of just like water sitting in a thing of water, and it was like the working man sausage.
Right. That
And
sounds
he was like-
awful.
Did it taste good? Was it like one of those like?
It was good.
Yeah, it sounds gross, but it tastes pretty good.
It's the kind of thing where you're just like, yeah,
You're like, all right, a million people
I'm
came
taking it
right?
there right now.
Yeah.
So when did you two finally end up moving to New York?
In December of 2008.
Okay.
8, yes. No, 9.
9.
I think it was
So
I'm not really
A
sure.
year ago or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was 2009.
Okay. Wait, no, 2008.
No, 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Whoops.
No one said this show was about math.
Yeah.
So I apologize for putting you on the spot so much. But so then, how did you came from Berlin? And how did the Blondes sound evolve when you got here? And what was it about being here that inspired you guys to move back to writing on real instruments?
Well, we were just like, it was kind of like we just started using them because we started using drum machine and MPC that Sam has, and we were just like, this makes much more sense than what we were doing before. So
and when the songs are, there's so much going on, and it's still electronic. How much, when you play live, can you, I always wonder, it's like, how much can you do like a riff or extend things, or are things pretty this is how the song is built, and this is how
very it's semi improvised, so it's there's a lot of room to, each time we play it's a different, we play every song differently every time we play, so
Well, that's good, because a lot of times that music is the exact same every time.
right.
You're just like, oh, hit this button.
Well, I mean,
40 seconds in.
that's the difference between doing it live and then
Right.
Ableton.
That's the live Ableton sets are just.
What instruments did you guys play at Oberlin? Out of curiosity.
I played bass in one band, and Sam's a drummer. So Sam's always been a drummer, so he was playing drums a lot. And then we started using synthesizers towards the end of college. And then,
who knew?
yeah, we were just like, well, at first we were playing sort of punk bands, and then kind of moved our way into sort of noise and disco, sort of I don't know.
That's kind of how it starts. It's
into DFA stuff,
right
at the end of college.
It's how do I start performing with the least amount of skill possible? And you're like, punk.
Right.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was not good at bass at all. It's also the easy instrument. So
Yeah.
That's
there's 10 bass players listening. You're like, yeah, no way.
Just pluck that top string.
no, it's hard to be really good at bass, but it's easy to play the bass.
Oh, all right.
Easy to be good, impossible to be great.
Exactly.
So, all right, let's get you on the decks.
Yeah, let's put it. We want to get you back, talk about upcoming tour with Simi and Mobile Disco and everything. But let's hear some. What did you prepare for today?
This is gonna be Dave Aju, and it's called "Be Like the Sun."
Okay, great.
All right.
So we'll let you get that queued up. You're listening to Snacky Tunes. We've got live Blonde's DJ set.
But it's live.
But apparently if I were to put that on a flyer, Blonde's live DJ set, people would be upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be fine.
You'd be okay.
I wouldn't.
Most
care.
people would.
I'd be there anyway.
Yeah.
Give us the high side. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so this is Blonde's DJ set, which is being performed live, but they're not actually playing live on Snacky Tunes. Here we go.
How we doing out there? Now, do y'all understand where we're coming from? Like, how does one be like the sun? Well, then let's break down what exactly that means to be like the sun. See, the sun is constant. The sun has integrity.
Hey, y'all remember that shit?
The sun gives heat, light, and love. But at the same time, the sun don't take no bullshit either. You know that's right. You fuck with the sun, you will get burned. But you see, it ain't negative though. It ain't trying to be hard or threatening. The sun is a positive entity. And its positive energy is its power. And y'all know how powerful the sun is. It's more powerful than any motherfucking president, prime minister, or world leader. More powerful than any CEO, celebrity, or media figure. Than any big name bullshitter, baller, or dealer. And it does this by just being there. By constantly shining on the world. See, the sun is true. It does what it is, and it is what it do. So to you, shine on and keep shining on. Cause we can all.
Awesome.
Live set from Zach from Blondes.
What was that last tune?
That was SFE Acid. It's called Grown Library.
Grown Library?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I know that we have a little bit of time and a lot to talk about. So let's start with
How delicious this pizza is.
It came, guys. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, we can take 10 seconds to talk about it. Yeah.
Wonderful. Roberta's Pizza.
So we both know. One of the also ways I really got to learn about you guys was Matt from RVNG.
Yeah.
Is that RVNG?
Revenge.
Revenge.
It's just like revenge without the vowels.
Got it. All right. Matt from Revenge, who's a great guy. Who just want to describe to me how to find him in a crowd was a tall, skinny Jesus. That's how literally that's appropriate.
This
is not a religious show. It's just
we were talking about him showing up in a music video of ours as like a Jesus character,
which would be appropriate. You would just need to hit the road.
Appropriate.
But your last record came out on like an XL, but you have a number of 12 inches coming out on the record label, and they sound awesome.
It's a series of 12 inches.
Talk me through it.
Yeah, they our first one is called Lover Hater, and they all have like a slash. It's like a slash theme.
I got
the
you.
names, and yeah, we are still writing the music at the moment. So
and will it be one of those things where like the artwork will all work together, or it'll be different?
It's gonna be like a nice little like album package.
If we
of
put all the
slashes.
covers together, we'll make like a bigger poster.
We don't know yet, but I don't. We have one design.
That's a free one.
And it's kind of like there's going to be some. Yeah, there's a color element to it. That's all.
And is it vinyl only? Can you also get it online?
It's going to be vinyl and digital. So
amazing.
Oh. Do people put out CDs anymore?
120 gram clear.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like
yes, no, they do. I mean,
they do.
They do.
I'm not talking about like. But I'm not talking about like big corporations. I'm talking like in general, like.
Yeah, people do.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me as much.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No, I mean,
because people just kind of
now do you like grab a CD and you're like, well, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Give it to your parents. My parents are so.
The only time I've like needed CDs when I'm like. I rented a car that only has a CD player or something.
Yeah, no, that's it. No, exactly. When I go on the road, I'm like, oh man, like what do I have in this stack?
I DJ with CDs, but
okay,
that's the great moment when you pull out all the great CDs that you listened to like in middle school, like the Lesson
you're like,
CD,
oh, thank God I got.
And you go, oh yeah, I remember this jam.
Yeah.
And speaking of going on the road, you have a great tour coming up. Well, you're going to Europe.
Have 2 tours. We have one in Europe next month, which is. Yeah, so we're gonna go all over Europe. That's more of like a relaxed tour.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna be like recording part of the time and touring like on the weekends.
Are you guys setting up shop in Berlin again?
Yeah, our manager has a house there, so we're just staying at his house.
That's very nice.
That's very nice.
That sounds very nice. But the big tour that's probably gonna kick you guys into like the next level. It's Simi Mobile Disco and Juan McLean DJ set tour.
Yeah.
For like a month.
Yeah, we're gonna be in a tour bus with them.
That's awesome.
That's pretty great.
Those guys are so nice.
Yeah.
All culminating with like Ultra or something in Miami.
We're going to Ultra in Miami. I don't think we're playing like a fixed show. I don't think we're.
That's if Simeon is in anywhere in the U.S. Fix is usually involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's amazing. And you know, how did that come about? Or was it just a great booking agent? Or
it was our manager who also manages.
Who's name check your man?
Ben Gaffin and Ollie Isaacs.
Oh, it's Ben and Ollie. Oh,
yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I met Ben when I did my first radio show in college, and I was a Warner rep or scout.
Oh yeah, that's what he is.
This is how,
Who did you scout again?
I mean, but here's the thing: I was in Eugene, Oregon, so I would scout. This is how good I thought I was. I would just tell them about the records that would come into the station, like they didn't know. Like the record with like the bands had already made a CD, and I was like, "Have you heard about these guys?" But I assumed that since it was the major labels that we were maybe getting some CDs that they had not heard about. That was like Eugene, Oregon, like
USC.
Yeah, I mean that's the
United
best
States of Electronica. Anyone?
Yeah,
Nobody.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know they had like real scouts in New York and Denver who were like talking about the Rapture, and I was like, the who? not the band, but anyway.
Yeah.
But Ben's great, and Ollie is also awesome. He actually put us up
In London?
in London when we went on tour a couple years ago.
Cool.
Marissa, his wife, was my first boss.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
she's
it's fun.
great.
So you're in great hands, obviously, from this tour.
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to eating in Europe,
Europe.
other than working
going-
on hot dogs?
What do I? Yeah, I don't know. Nothing in England. I'll say that.
I'll tell you. where
That's
to go.
actually the correct answer.
Yeah.
No,
that's correct
hold
answer.
on. You know that I've taken you good places in London. I'll tell you some places in London.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
What-
Salted beef, bagels.
salted beef bagels. I will check that out.
And curry restaurant.
Oh yeah, new Tayabs for a Pakistani.
But
Yeah.
but we're talking about like London, and you're listing like a handful of restaurants that you can eat at. And London, literally.
Look,
That's like-
you have to know where to look.
You can list that many like restaurants. Like I don't want to go above like Metropolitan,
Right.
east of the BQE, and you're like you can get the same amount of restaurants as you would in London.
Yeah.
You just got to appreciate the local cuisine.
Yeah.
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had some good food. in
See, there it is.
England.
Everyone
It
writes
was-
off London, and then you go, well,
It wasn't good. It was just like it was, it just wasn't New
Pub
York.
food. Yeah, it's
Really.
not New York. What is? And on that note, thanks for being on the show today. Do you want to give everybody the where to find you, how to follow you, how to get your first EP, which I cannot
you can-
recommend enough to get that EP and don't put it on shuffle. Listen to it in the way it was
and
intended
it's also
to.
really good for the more
It's true.
intimate moments of your life, if I might say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'll second that. I got laid to.
No
the first
way.
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a gentleman about it, but
I'm
yeah,
not being a gentleman, yeah.
It's a
Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, and then
That's
and
what
then
I'm
took,
talking about.
And then I took a girl to the show, and we saw it live, and we kind of looked at each other like, "Hey, we
all right.
bumped
Well,
into
I won't say exactly what I did, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't think I knew what you two looked like at the time, and I really appreciate that. No offense.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
I had the music in my mind, not thinking about
Right.
the live show.
No.
But I appreciate it.
So,
Awesome.
where can they find you? Where can they get the music?
We have a MySpace, which is www.myspace.com.
Till it gets sold.
Blonde blondes.
Yeah.
Then we have Facebook. That's it. And then you can buy it on iTunes or at merock.com.
What is that?
Merock, which is
Merock.
the label that put it out.
Great. And thank you to the Fatty Q guys for being here today as well. Mexicue. Sorry.
Boo.
My mistake. I was trying to get it all out there. I think Mexicue guys. They just gave me a free coupon.
Take it back.
We're literally gonna edit that out. No, we won't. We're gonna keep that in there. And next week we have Jordana Rothman.
Mm-hmm.
For any of you who listened a year ago, Jordana Rothman gave us her 2010 predictions, and so she's gonna come back. We're gonna check. We're gonna do an hour food special, and we're gonna check her predictions and get.
I know that she was
predictions.
right at least about tiki bars.
She was right about a number of things, so I'm really excited for that. So any of you who are avid podcast listeners, go back and refresh yourself with the episode. It was beginning of January, so it can't be that far.
Jordan Rothman, Mark Pastor.
Right. So thanks, guys. What's the last song you're going to play to take us out?
Julie Cruz.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Terry. Nice to be back in the same room with you.
Always great. This pizza is so good.
I know.
I have a feeling that I'm going to make myself sick on pizza today.
Well, that's a New Year's resolution that you can keep.
Check
We
my
will be back
box.
next week, and here we go.